Hi everybody, I'm Charlotte and I wanted to share with you some budget artwork in a way. So a few years ago, probably, it's not a few years ago, I was in college at the time, and college has been several years ago, and I was buying a book. I don't recall which book, but one of the bags that Barnes & Noble gave me was a decorative bag, and it's one of the plastic bags that you just get when you go shopping. And I decided I wanted to create some artwork out of it, so I created this, and this was the cover of Charlotte's Web, and it is one of my favorite books, movies. I prefer the cartoon version, and I wanted to frame it and memorialize it in a way, I guess. But it really is truly just a plastic bag cut up and then framed in an inexpensive frame. And I think I got this from Hobby Lobby, like I said, when I was in college. And it was probably about $4 or $5. I really didn't spend that much money on anything, but it is a wood frame, and I've had it since then just like this. So jump forward probably about 10 more years, and Barnes & Noble came back with bags that were decorative, and they actually had the first few paragraphs of books, famous books. So you will see some of them in my master bedroom, which has Don Quixote and Alice in Wonderland on either side of my bed right now, and those are framed plastic bags. So the items that you need are, of course, plastic bag from Barnes & Noble, if they still carry these. I've had this one for, I bought it pre-pandemic, so maybe 2-3 years, and I'm just now getting around to actually framing it. So on one side it is Romeo and Juliet, and on the other side it is Wizard of Oz. So, and it has artwork and some of the text if it will register. And then the other thing that you need, of course, are scissors to cut the bag and tape to tape it down if you want to use tape. You don't have to, but you can. And then I purchased these frames, and it's wood frame. It's still in the plastic sleeve, but they are 11 by 14 inch frames. No, wait. The mat, it can fit 11 by 14. The actual frame is 14 by 18 inches. And it's a 2-pack. And I looked on Michael's website today, and if you order them online, they are $14.99. In store, I think they're $30, but right now Michael's is having a buy one, get another frame free, something like that. So I think when I purchased them, they were $23, maybe they were $20, I don't know. But they have a piece of plexiglass or glass in them, and they're just white with white mat. And I like that because they're good frames that include the mat and the actual frame. So let's go ahead and get started with this right now. The first thing that I'm going to do is take the plastic bag, and I'm actually going to cut it along the seam right here. And I will probably have to cut off extra to fit it in the frame. But I am also going to go ahead and right along the bottom, zoom in, there's the seam for the bottom of the bag. I'm going to just cut that off as well, so that way I have as much working space as possible. Now we have both sides of the bag visible, and I'm gonna open up the frames and do them one at a time. Okay, and then it's simply coming in here and pulling up the tabs. And to do that, I'm just using one of my rulers just to help save my fingers and fingernails from the pressure. Once I can get them up a little bit higher, I can push them all the way up with just my fingers. Okay. Maybe. If all else fails, pull from or push from the other side. Okay. So I'm gonna try to lay. And this actually feels like glass. So, there we go. Okay, and I've put the glass back in there. I'm gonna put the mat in there. The mat just gives it a more finished look, in my opinion. And I'm flipping this page over on the backboard, so that way it's a white background, so that since the bag, you can kind of see through the bag. I want to make sure that all of the stuff, and I'm trying to get the perfect alignment, so it looks like I need to cut right where the bottom line is, right there. I might actually cut a little bit above that, so that way I can tape down the edges. And then this side is perfect. I just need to make sure that when I line it up, I'm lining it up right with the letters that are please reuse or recycle at a participating store. So, and then I'm gonna try to line it up in the center, and some of the words will get cut off from what I can see because the edge of the mat is right here, but I am okay with that because it's just more the imagery of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this part off and trim a little bit along the edges, so that way I can tape down the edges a little bit. Somewhat straight. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is, of course, get over here, and it's hard to see, but I have the recycle symbol down here. That's the number 2 recycling, and it's right on the corner of where the mat is at, so I won't be able to see it from the other side through the glass. And then I'm just taping all the other edges. Okay. There we go. And like I said, you do not have to tape this down. It just will hold it a little bit better because it is a plastic bag basically. And then lay down the paper and the backboard, and I actually put adhesive, the 3M Velcro adhesive strips, to hang up my artwork because it's easier to remove them. Okay. And then okay. And then there we go. Not bad. So let's move on to the next one. And there we go. And it's not meant to be perfectly flat. If you wanted it to be perfectly flat, then you would probably need to tape, like use spray adhesive and spray it to a piece of a piece of poster board or the back of a picture frame or something like that to make it completely flat. I don't want it to be flat. I like some imperfections on them. So let me clear up the space. And my lighting is not the best, but we're making can do. And there we go. So like I said, I'm gonna do 3M adhesive strips. And just like this one, I put them on the back, and then I will put the Velcro part back, another Velcro strip right here, and then I will just stick that to the wall, and then when I want to go and move them or move these around, I can easily pick them up and move them around. And here is what it looks like with 3 of them above my headboard. I probably could fit the 4th one up there, but as you can tell, the 2 on the outside are different colors than the Romeo and Juliet one. So having all 4 of them up there, it wouldn't be symmetrical. And if you couldn't tell, I like a little bit of symmetry looking at my nightstands. So symmetry makes me happy. But I, again, put those up there with 3M adhesives. Don't mind the splotches next onto the left. That is just, I patched up some holes in the wall, and I'm eventually going to come in here and repaint the walls, but it will be the same color, don't worry. But it's just, you know, every once in a while you have to paint walls. But this is what it looks like. I am happy with it. I do need to like adjust them because I don't think they're quite straight, but that's the beauty of the 3M adhesive or the Velcro strips. I can easily pull them off and readjust them slightly if they're not quite straight. And I will find a place for the other one here shortly. Some things around my house that I have done to kind of help with artwork and save some money. When I went to visit my sister when she was stationed in Haiti, I actually bought this. It's actually a light switch cover, but it's painted, and I just didn't want to put it on a light switch because in my bathroom I have a dual light switch and not a single. So I just put some printed paperwork behind there, and I think that's just paper that had like a sunset scene behind it, and I put it in this frame. I forget where I got this frame, but it's a thin metal black frame, and I think it came with a mat. I could be wrong, but that was one thing that I did. I just kind of framed that, and everybody's always has been intrigued by it, going, that is so nice. And another thing, in my guest bathroom, I have these 3 framed paintings, also from Haiti, and 2 are by the same artist, and the one in the middle is by a different artist. So I kind of like sandwiched it between the other 2, and it does make a nice little scenery. But it's the same frames as I used on the light switch. These paintings really were not that expensive. They're just on like chipboard type stuff, but it was supporting the artist in Haiti, and I like the vibrant colors. I definitely had a blue, green, yellow theme going on when I was in college when I went to visit my sister, and I still like that because it makes this bathroom kind of happy and cheery to have that. And this bathroom can get dark since there's not a window in here. So this was another cheap type of artwork. I just had to buy the frames and the artwork, which really, like I said, the artwork, I think I bought the 3 of them, and they were maybe $5, if even that at that time. This is another item that I made by hand, and not the piece of wood, but the actual like painting and everything. But I had this spare piece of wood here at the house, and it had all those notches in it already. And for the longest time, my mom had this saying in German above our pantry, and she got her piece of artwork from Germany when she lived there after college. And since then, I've always liked this saying, so I wanted to bring it into my house when she moved and took her little piece of artwork away. So I painted the wood black, and then I painted the outside rim gold with the gold paint pen, and then the words are all in gold paint pen. And then in the top of the wood to do the ribbon, I put in some eye hooks, and then I just tied the ribbon up there, and that's it. So, and then my attempt at doing flowers. I'm not very good at art, but I can definitely do some things. But yes, this was free pretty much because I had the wood, I had the paint, I had the ribbon, and I think I had the eye hooks as well. So another thing to do that if you're looking for cheap artwork to do around your house. I hope everybody enjoyed this and it gave you some ideas on some artwork that you can do around your house as well to keep everything on a low budget, if that's what you're interested in. So thank you everybody, and if you did enjoy this video, please give it a like. If you're not subscribed already, please subscribe and hit the notification button so you're notified every time that I post a video. Bye everybody.